I don't know if anyone's ever going to see this video that I've just made, right? But the weirdest fucking thing has just happened, right? So I've just recorded the first episode, like watched it and just watched it through to completion. The one that I'm happy with, that I'm definitely putting it. I've watched it once, I'm no watching it again, I'm happy with it, right? First guest, Nathan Crawford, right? We're no texting or anything like that. And I was thinking, should I text him, see if he's still up for this on Saturday? He's just fucking texted me right as I finished watching that video. Mate, weird.
I mean, that's No, certainly that is it. It's just that you're finding your foot. Like
eventually it'll be the Joe Rogan experience or the Jacob Gunn experience. We'll change the name and the branding and get a logo and everything.
Well, we can figure out some of the branding today. I'm not. Nah. So have you got a name? Obviously nothing.
Yeah, it's a big part. But that doesn't have to say I'm completely fluid. If someone comes to me with an offer, I'll sell out. I'll change it to whatever they want it to be.
An offer implies that you receive something.
That's true. That's good enough.
That's what's true. You should receive extra name. You'll get extra clicks and views because the name will be. I mean, the vibe part ain't too shabby, Just in episode 2, we bring the vibes.
Yeah. Now, do you want to do the intro? Well, we'll just start from that. That was good, like a cold opening, as we call in the industry.
Cool. My teeth get a bit cold. So.
Yes, we did make it a while ago. We did fuck about for about an hour, trying to get it right. And who knows if it's even right yet, because we did fuck about even more, so...
Oh man, if it's not, then I'd happy to come around anytime.
Yes, that's good.
So if this is episode 2, when will I return? Have you got a schedule? Do you have like guest lists? Do you know who you're wanting to bring on?
I don't know, whoever liked that message, fucking second will be the next one. Sure.
I do believe obviously you should curate it though, like you should be in charge. You don't want fucking DOS cunts like Martin.
Yeah, well, Martin,
he's gone.
I'll maybe get him to like sit in the corner one episode and he can, I don't know, we can throw stuff at him.
Just scream, just let out little screams, as he does. Well, you have a lot of tales though.
Yeah, it's 10-day isolation in Germany is probably going to be funny. You'll have some stories about that, but...
Yeah, just how he stared at a blank wall for most of his time.
Get paper plates handed to him through a window, but... Might FaceTime him later on. I tried to FaceTime him like 5 days into it. They didn't answer because they had no fucking data. I was like, fuck off. What is he actually doing?
Fuck me, man. That's a shame.
So, fuck that guy.
I mean, like, it really does make me appreciate my life more though.
Yeah.
Gratitude is a real thing, man. I'm just like, what is Martin doing right now? There we go.
Even today, like, he's free, but he's not really.
He's surrounded by English.
He needs to get up at like 6 in the morning and run about and shit.
Make his bed.
Fucking all for the Queen, man.
I know, fuck the Queen. She did soon, I think. Yeah, you might need to block that actually. Cut that out maybe.
Why? Is it treason or something? What if we just change the word Queen to
Pope?
Pope, is that fine?
Certainly not.
Both
well, since we're talking about the Queen, we can talk about wee Ahmad Diallo fucking signing on for Rangers, man.
Excellent.
Don't necessarily like Rangers much, but I do feel inclined to go watch a game.
Excellent.
See wee Ahmad in action, wee number 9.
Excellent.
So cute, mate.
What camera are you looking at? That one?
I'm kind of switching, like, because I might say something hot and then be like...
Yes, like a, what do you call it, sitcom?
Goodfam, yeah. Just like looking in the invisible camera when something mental happens. Like you see a car crash, you're like, whoa.
Yes, I see.
Was a car crash fucking round the sky? Like a flipped car?
Oh
You see
yeah, what you call him? I can't say his name obviously because free clout. But yeah, put it up on his Facebook or something. Like, you know how those people on Facebook that just like think they're the Nightcrawler? They're like, car crash all day.
Watch it, mate. Police are sitting under the bridge catching you speeding, man.
Dead body found hanging from bridge. Here's a photo of it.
Oh, aye, Facebook, mate. The metaverse. You buying land in the metaverse?
I'm thinking about it, man.
I don't even
I've got so
understand
much money that I'm thinking like I need to put it somewhere. Pointless, you know.
Well, AMC worked it.
Yeah, well,
What's happening on that? I've not looked at the stocks in
it's
a
very
while.
low. But the whole stock market's low, so
Yeah. Oh, my Dogecoins. I think in the peak, I think I had 1,600 worth of Dogecoin, and I took out a wee bit, but I still have 2,500 Dogecoins, and it's only worth like 120 pounds or something.
Nice.
So that is like a fucking serious drop. I've just realised I've not really been speaking in the microphone. But
No,
hopefully
yeah,
I have
exactly.
hopefully I have a voice like.
Yeah, no, you can hear it
Resonates.
through the phone. It's fine. But
through the phone.
yes, exactly 6, 7, 8. What was I talking about? Stock market, mate. I'll go back up. It's fine.
Always, mate. You cannot
Like-
have any highs without the low, man.
Exactly.
Just
Buy the
move as well.
dips. Just sell your possessions to put more into it, and then you'll be fine.
That implies that my possessions have any worth.
That's true.
Most of mine are from the charity shop as it is, so I don't know what
As
they do.
Bob Marley said one time, "You think possession make you rich? I don't have that type of riches." Do you want a shot?
Shot of your arse, maybe? I'd have one throw. That's very
Is that not a liqueur though? Like these shots?
It's 40%. So it's alright.
Is it not like syrupy though? No.
No,
I
it's
think
just
it's
a normal thing.
It's very orangey.
Okay, it is nice. So it's a Cointreau Red Bull.
We'll do it on camera so that. Or wait, do I need an alcohol license for that since this is a licensed business?
We're not exchanging money.
That's true. It's not a licensed business, I was taking a piss.
I'm not entirely sure I have a personal license actually.
Do you think I should make merch?
Merch, definitely. What would you do though? I want a neon light somewhere. I feel that's what we're missing.
Neon light vibe parlour. I've got a pure cool idea for a logo, but I don't want to say it in case somebody bumps it.
I was looking for like some pen and paper to like write the notes down, so you could have drawn it for me, but there seems to be nothing.
Etch it into the wood. That's what paper's made from.
I'm gonna bring my fucking knife, my big Bowie knife. That's what I don't need for all my survival.
What you do in your flat?
Right. Well, won't be in the flat much longer. To the
Really?
Light Parlour, man, episode 2.
Yeah, thanks man. Thanks for coming.
It's very nice. Smooth, orangey.
Goes down quite well.
I know.
I might
Is it
drink
French,
that.
yeah? I believe so. I mean, that's way too many vowels not to be French.
Yeah. An L and an apostrophe means French, pretty much. Yeah, Angers. They have a football team.
Angers.
Angers.
There's a wee
They were in the news.
young player called Cho. It's a striker. It's pretty good.
Where's he from? Is he French?
Yeah, he's French. Something Cho. Young man. Coming through the ranks of Angers.
Do you want to turn it into a football podcast? Because there's not a million of them in Scotland.
Open goal. We can be their
Open goal.
rival.
Ah,
Fucking
yes.
Uckett would love it, man. He'd be a fucking. We should have a live one. I'll come back for your first live podcast.
Do you know, I was thinking of doing like a, you know how Joe Rogan does the fight companions? Doing like a match companion for like when we do
Don't fun.
Yeah, shit like that.
2 weeks or something.
Because they don't do that for some reason, and I don't get it.
It's too
Why
heated,
not?
I think. Too much.
That's
Too many views and that.
Because they're all fucking Celtic fans, so they would celebrate and then they'd lose half their audience. But
Yeah. That implies that Celtic would win. Well, we be mad. I certainly hope so.
we Gucci, I've not even seen him. Is it good? Has it
Yeah.
came on you? Eddie Gucci?
Oh,
He's the
God,
only one that
man.
has, isn't he? Like I haven't seen anything about. Anyway, I'm not a Celtic fan, so I don't care.
Nor am I.
Yeah. Dead space. While look at each other for a bit. I was kind of half hoping you were going to bring Jenga. I didn't say again, but I did say like ages ago to bring it, and you didn't bring it. So
I wasn't. Sorry, I didn't feel as though like how interactive this would have been. I did think it would just be like a lovely conversation, but I think Jenga would get way too heated. And it'd also fall in your mixer and mess up the mix.
Yeah,
like it took us a while. Took us a while.
One wee dial and then that's it. And done. You're done now.
Well, if you're worried about dead space, we can talk about shoes and how they're a prison for your feet.
Ah, that's true.
Because a fun fact, I'm not wearing any shoes. Just think that. See, your feet, your toes are supposed to be the widest part of your foot, but where it's now, like here's, I guess, like your 4 foot the ball and whatnot. Don't know the technical term. It's a study animal biology, not human biology. But yeah, your toes supposed to be the widest, but because you wear such cramped little toe boxes and your shoes and stuff like that, fingers them in. So you're supposed to get toe spreaders. Because you think about it, for balance and such, you want to be like spread out. When if you're doing like a push up or whatnot, your fingers are like kind of spread out, depending on the type you're doing, obviously. For the most grip and most balance. So if you have issues there, that will then correlate to like injuries and issues in your ankles, and your knees, and then your posture, which affects your breathing. Your posture and your breathing affects everything in life, and your health and all that, and all stems from your feet.
So what you're saying is bin all your shoes?
I think you should bin all your shoes. I think like the invention of like concrete and rubber and stuff like that to like isolate you or alienate you from the earth.
From the ground.
Yeah, man. I think it's called grounding. So obviously rubber is a insulator, like it doesn't conduct electricity and stuff like that. If you're like in chemistry and stuff, you're doing tests with magnetic currents and all that shit, you need to ground yourself. So that's the same thing in shoes. I'm not wearing any shoes, but you're wearing shoes.
I'm wearing shoes and I feel like a dirty bastard now.
Fucking so true, mate.
You
can feel your toes.
All this shit, man. He gets all these intellectuals on, and they teach them shit like this.
But obviously, you need to be careful. You need to be careful not to like oppose maybe too much, because then you'll eat from all my fans.
That's true. That's
and
true.
Then get a backlash.
Yeah, you'll give my address away and all that.
Well, turn up and Joe Rogan's getting some heat though, isn't he?
Yes.
I've not even seen all about it. It was a wee bit anti-vaxxer, and now there's so many artists and whatnot pulling their music from Spotify. Apparently, it's down like a lot of like
stonks.
Yeah. Not sure whether it's actually stonks, but like users at least. Like a lot of people are boycotting it, I guess. But that's just what you get, and it's just people hop on these trains and fucking don't know where they're leading. They just go on it.
I don't really get it though, because he's no like a news source. He just says shit, and Hannah's a cunt to listen to it. But he is a comedian, like.
Yeah,
and people
UFC commentator.
Yeah, like
and a TV host and shit like that. He isn't really a personality.
He's informing the fucking public not to get vaccinated. Like if you're listening to celebrities and what they fucking do and what they put in your body, then you're a fanny, mate.
Yeah, I will say you should make up your own decisions. Your body, your choice, of course. I wouldn't tell you to do anything. To be fair, I haven't had my second vaccine. That's a pretty hot take, but I technically don't need it until I'm like travelling. I believe in Easter, and my parents want to take us out to Spain, so
nice.
We're doing that, and obviously I need to get it. But my mum has fucking hounded me about it. She's like, "Oh, you got your vaccine yet?" I was like, "I've not walked down to Lagoon and got it because I'm too lazy." Also, don't want Pfizer. I get Moderna as my first one. And I tried to go and get Moderna again and said they ran out. I was like, "Excuse me, like,
yeah,
just buy more on it."
I got Pfizer for my third one and it fucked me for like a week. So, not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice.
If I need to get a fourth one, that's when I'm going to start being like, maybe no.
Well, I think you might need to though, because
I'm onto you, head.
The studies in Wuhan, obviously that was the big epicenter of COVID outbreak. They've apparently found a new strain in South Africa. Again, not sure why they seem to be always found in South Africa, but I guess they just have good testing centres and are able to identify it quicker. But it's like a new strain or whatnot, and they're scared that the antibodies are not like, it doesn't cross target this new strain, so the vaccine and stuff might not actually work and all that. But as it is a new variant, it'll be less potent, so it will do less damage, because obviously that's what you're looking at. You're looking at deaths and hospital beds numbers and rates and all that. But I mean, I think we're all fucking fine.
It's a made up virus.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
And I'll probably need to cut that out actually, because I'll get flagged up that I said that. I'm filming these fucking things, aren't they?
I know.
Jesus.
No, well, you'll have your fucking caption box, so just like that.
Like, of the 10 viewers, it'll be somebody for YouTube looking at it.
Definitely.
Jesus.
There's all your monetization going already, man. Your first one.
Aye, so surely I can do whatever I want on it if I'm not making money off it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can play like music and shit, no?
You can do, yeah, because it won't get taken down if obviously the companies or record labels find the music playing. They can take your money, but if you're not making it, and the first few episodes won't anyway, because I don't imagine like YouTube need to find your channel and then like put ads on it. I think you can maybe request it. Depends how much subscribers you have and such. I'm not entirely sure. Just
sounds like a lot of reading that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But like, if I start it off with playing music at the start, then
well, I mean, you have a friend that's a music producer.
I do.
So he can just make you wee insets and tunes and cutaways and stuff like that. Each time we say something a bit too controversial, he could be like,
put a wee record scratch in and then he just starts playing music. That'd be good actually. We do that. He's lots of miles away though.
London? Yeah, I've not spoken to him in quite some time.
Yeah, same. I seen him at Christmas Eve or something.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
What? What's unfortunate?
Well, just this or no longer ongoing relationship.
Ah. Alright. Should I cut that out?
It depends if anyone's going to actually listen to it. Like from that circle. Do you believe it will? Do you think you have that reach? I think you do, to be fair. I think
well, that's the thing. I wasn't thinking about like promoting it anywhere. I wasn't thinking of like putting it out.
Just like natural, just like
putting it on an Instagram or anything like that. Like I have an Instagram made for it, but I wasn't going to be like, oh,
I'm Jacob Gunn and
new episode with Nathan Crawford. Listen to it. Like maybe fucking 10 episodes in or something, I'd make a clip and then put that
just highlights
on a Twitter or an Instagram or something. But now I just want to find my feet, you know.
Jacob G clips.
Yeah, Lemmy Twitch clips. Think I can get Lemmy on it?
I think you man.
He doesn't go on anything, does he?
Nah.
Gaff.
Rightly so though, because he says a lot of stuff. So,
yeah,
but I don't think he wants to like tear anyone down. Pardon me. So how's your week been?
Try.
Right.
The world was burning around us, Croft, and I'm struggling to see an upside to it.
Especially when you're cutting down all those trees, man.
Well, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, it's not the weather for it. If you fucking seen the trees swaying around in this wind today,
No.
it's quite terrifying. I wouldn't be like climbing up one of those, man.
Imagine it just like cutting that video right in between us there. Of.
I'll send you.
Or if you just put the phone up. Yeah, it's just fucking. That'd be good. Timestamp 16:27. How do I make sure?
Did you like sync it though? Do you know how to like proper sync?
No.
So if we do like, obviously this is like mid, so you do a clap sync, so there'll be a spike in your audio because of the loudness of the clap. So you sync it to 3, 2, 1, and then you sync the audio and the visuals up.
Okay.
And that'll be obviously when we're moving our lips, it will sound as if we're actually speaking.
Excellent.
I should have shaved to this, to be honest, man. But I'm trying to like grow an extra wee bits. I'm not full red-blooded male like yourself yet.
That's true.
There's a wee roller with spikes that you can run along your face, which apparently simulates growth, like new follicles and stuff. Yeah. So I might need to invest in one of those.
I need to get one for like these bits.
Well, that's the exact same, like the same bits here. Six hours with my brother Kieran, like he laughs every time he sees me because he's saying like my beard grew in the exact same. But obviously he didn't have a full face of hair until he was like 24 or something. So I've got some time. I think obviously being out in the wilderness will stimulate the growth.
Yeah, especially like with no shoes or socks on.
Well, I can't do this in these seasons, unfortunately. That's why my goal is to obviously
what
travel.
Are you, a pussy?
Yeah. I mean, cold feet, man. Hypothermia is no joke. Fucking get heavy crazy.
But how did the cavemen do it?
I mean, they didn't thrive. Life expectancy and general health was probably quite poor, so they got to. Not a lot of them made it through infancy and such, and then anyone that did make it to adolescence probably just raped and pillaged their way through some stuff and died off.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
Probably made shoes out of other people's skin and stuff. But
or leaves.
Nah. Other people's feet.
I mean, that the best shoe would be another person's foot, to be fair, because it's like there's no constricting toe box. You'd have wide toes. You'd be able to grip and stuff like that.
I get that. I feel that, bro. I feel that.
I mean, webbed feet would arguably be a good thing, man. Make you a good swimmer and such. I just try to think, like, if I ever bear children, what type of mutation I can like selectively pass on to them, so like a super freak and a superhuman, and they last.
Can you not like do that now, or it's going to be a thing in the future?
Well, I mean, yeah, like genome selection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of obviously rich people can do that because like apparently Richard Branson has his own DNA like fucking stored away and all that shit. Not frozen, but like a lot of research done on it, and they can like spot diseases before they even happen. And all this mad shit. But obviously that's a rumor. But I think that I've heard that like 5 years ago, so could possibly be complete fabrication.
Can make it.
I've not fact checked anything I've said today, so
that's me mental. Man. You can make his own wee slavery army, man. The class.
Well, that's interesting actually. A wee army of spiders.
What do you mean?
Do you know that Black Widow silk? So like silk, spider silk. That's what the webs are. It's one of the strongest spider silks, and they're using that to reconnect nerves and fibres in your body because the silk doesn't elicit an immune response in your body, so your body doesn't think that it's a foreign object and that it won't attack it. It just like it's absolutely fine. So they're actually like obviously you've heard of like stem cell research and stuff like that, which like regrows parts. But they're using fucking spider silk to like reconnect tissue and nerves and all that stuff, which I found pretty mental, man. It's like Spider-Man in real life.
Yeah.
Bet they didn't know that, eh? Bet they didn't know that.
Fucking Peter Parker, man.
Yeah.
He's on it some things.
It's like amazing Spider-Man shit, innit?
What do you think of the new Spider-Man?
It's good. It's good. Just a bit like nostalgia wink though, innit?
Yeah. I wasn't obviously. I don't really recall watching many of like the first Spider-Man. I remember the third one being interesting. I remember it being fucking mental when he just like Mary Jane's like singing and then he's just on the piano and, he's like, and then he walks down the street and I was like, what is going on? I think that's what that
golf haircut.
Yeah, man. It's wild. That's what I think was like the demise of Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
that's
everyone
when
thought it was heavy sexy.
Fucking went mental, man. But I like that.
It probably wasn't in after that, really, was it?
I don't know. Well, I mean, he made his money, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, he is a complete celebrity.
Was that before or after Great Gatsby? I don't know.
Oh, definitely before, actually.
Okay, so he was in that, then Great Gatsby, then.
Which I'd argue Great Gatsby was probably. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's bigger because Spider-Man was probably enormous at the time.
And plus, it's 3 of them.
I mean, he was a pretty rubbish superhero if you couldn't even save his uncle. Like.
Yeah, all my uncles are fine.
Exactly, man. My uncles are thriving, man.
I've got
one uncle is actually in
superpowers.
Jamaica at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, Uncle Jim.
Kingston Town?
I'm not entirely sure where it is, but yeah, I was over visiting my grandmother. Good to see her. She had to isolate over the Christmas period. It's pretty mental, yeah. So on the Sunday that she came out of isolation, I was like, surprise! How you doing? Not spoken to her a while. It was good. It's good to build in the relationships 2022, isn't it? You should build in relationships, exactly. Try to make new ones, just kind of fortify yourself.
Cut out the dead weight.
Yeah, certainly, man. There's a lot of bridges that need burned, I think.
That's true.
Leave them to drown.
Yeah, exactly. Some weather we're having, huh?
I mean, I do have other things we can bring up.
Like?
I don't know, just...
your hate for women?
I don't have any hate for women at all. I think the term woman is pretty interesting. Because they're not just a human being. I don't know why you had to bring gender into it, Jacob. Come on, gender is fabrication. So is time, actually. Time's a fabrication. Shall I get heavy deep into it?
That's true.
There is only one true nature, or true natural time, which is now, present moment. What was it, Master Oogway from fucking, what's it, Kung Fu Panda? He was like that fucking
Is that not Master Shifu?
Shifu's the wee hamster guy. Oogway was the tortoise.
Christ, man.
Yeah. Come on.
You know more than me. Do you want to just do the podcast? Do you want this studio and I'll just kick out it?
I mean, you can be the audio man. Pull that up, Jake.
Yeah.
Pull that up. Will you ever be able to do that? Push it up and fact check the end.
How hard can it be? You know,
Sure.
everyone does it, so I'll figure it out. Probably.
You just need the infrastructure.
Exactly. Like, I could probably get a video camera and this whole thing would be a lot easier. I wouldn't need to sync it as much as I do.
Well, I think your issue is obviously the audio is fine and you're having problems with the video.
Yeah.
So if you had like a proper actual camcorder type thing, but then that's like an investment and. But I suppose it's a hobby, isn't it? You don't actually need to get much out of it. If it takes off and it goes fucking takes you places, then all the better. But it's just a hobby. It's just fun. It's just two friends conversating.
Two friends hanging out, 3 inches apart. So you work in a gin bar?
Gin lab.
Gin lab.
Sorry, but we were talking about time there.
No. I'll bring it back around. That's what all the hosts do.
A gin lab, yeah. Well, it's not really a gin lab because it's pretty rubbish. But I mean, sorry. I feel it's like I'm serving people alcohol. I'm aware that it's their choice to come to the bar and like purchase it, but the West of Scotland has a very large alcohol rate or alcoholism rate, and it's quite terrible. Like every family will be like one family member that's definitely alcoholic, and it's pretty mental. So I'm just like killing people is what I'm doing. Like I'm shaking up cocktails yesterday, it looked nice and tastes nice, but like eventually I'm like murdering this man. But then again, like so is the food that they're eating. It's fucking packed full of like sodium and extra salt and all this stuff. Like that's pretty mental.
You're also giving them a good time though.
It depends. Because
for a small period. But you might not be. You might be giving them a bad time.
I mean, I don't really like alcohol. We had that shot and like we loosened up, man. It was good for morale. But
now
I
you're
think
crashing.
like, excess of it is just it's not good, man.
Yeah.
You feel terrible, especially obviously getting older.
Well, excess of anything's terrible for you. Like you get those people that smoke too much weed, and then you're like, oh, that guy's brain's fucking melting. What's going on there?
I mean, it does. If you start from a young age, certainly.
Yeah.
Obviously, not talking from experience.
Of course.
I'd never do such a thing.
Yeah, look how you turned out though.
I turned out
fantastic.
Well, 22, homeowner, 2 kittens, amazing girlfriend. It's pretty decent to be fair.
It's like one of the tweets, and it's like someone standing in front of a playhouse, and they're like, "Oh, first house at 22. What the fuck are you doing with your life?"
Yeah,
love that shit.
I feel really bad though, because like each time I see something like on social media, it's like, oh, how I bought my house at 21, blah blah blah. You can do
Rich
this
parents,
too.
rich
It's also rich parents, like, and then I got most of the deposit from my dad, so I was like, fuck. But obviously they retired and they wanted to do that. It wasn't me. I didn't certainly ask.
And if you have wins, you'll probably want to do that for your wins. Well, maybe if you like them enough.
Well, I have wins, but like, do you want to bring a child up in this world?
Into this world, of course not, man.
Of course not. There's no guarantee that it will be there. That's obviously the reason why I don't want to be here. I think I'll give it till my 23rd birthday, and then I think I want to go. I want to travel. I think we have plans of like buying a van, and then like travel in Scotland, and then the UK, and after that obviously go across the Channel, France, and stuff like that. Just because we have that base in Spain as well, which would be good if we're able to go there for like a prolonged period of time. Obviously, we're not sure if things could be like a UK citizen. Everything's up in the air at the moment. But it'll be nice, and then obviously Costa Rica is the end goal. The jungle, just a bit of land, anything, man. Hopefully a bit of land with a river, so I can fashion myself a wee hydroelectric plant out of anything. You can just get like a water mill, and that'll create kinetic energy, and that'll power your stuff. Because you don't need much, to be fair.
You sound like you've thought about it quite a lot.
I certainly thought about it. Yeah, certainly something I want to do. Because of like, there is no guarantee. Like, do you really think the world leaders are going to pull together and like sort out the earth and fix it? And if they do, like, their means will probably be very artificial. So like the world as we know it will be different as well. Like the artificial sun in China. You see that shit? It burns at 10 million degrees, which is like 8 times hotter than the centre of the sun.
No.
Mental,
What the fuck?
So the Chinese,
No.
they've coined it the artificial sun. It's like called, what's it, like Tokak or something like that. I can't remember the code name they have for it, but it's like I don't know, superconductor. I'm not entirely sure the science of it, but it's like something that they tested it and they were able to burn like for over a minute at like 10 million degrees Celsius, which is insane. Which is obviously it's like ecological kind of.
What are they burning though? Like, why are they doing it?
It's like for an energy source, for like clean energy, and that's what they're trying to do. So this is the testing stages. They've only been able to do it for like a few seconds, but recently there was a big story about how they did it for like a minute or so, like a minute and a half, which is a massive thing. But that will still be like 10 to 20 years until it's implemented, because they need to like figure out how to do it safely and run it for like an extended period of time, and then connect it to the power grid and all that stuff. So,
But would that not heat the earth up and fuck it up more?
oh no, you just like stick some tinfoil in the middle, and then it like reflects the heat in it. You know, like get a fucking like warmy bacon roll, you wrap it in tinfoil, you open it up later and it's still warm, because like it reflects. It's like white reflected light. If this was all black, it would absorb all the light and stuff like that. It would look very, very weird. But
That's true. It's like if this was all black, the light would be better and it would be a better studio.
no, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Nah, I would never say that.
Bastard.
No, I think just I don't know. Mate, you're starting off. This is
true.
the ground level, man.
And as soon as this ends, I'm getting a tin of paint and I'm painting it all black.
Nah, definitely not. I like the white. The white, mate. It's a wee beach up, man. Fucking, it's a home away from home.
It's good. It's good.
It's nice, man. Like it. I think it's the first time, maybe the second time.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been in here, have you?
Don't think so, man.
I like that.
Pardon me. That's quite nice, enjoyable. I
Good.
can certainly feel the vibes.
Well,
I went bopping on, man. Excuse me.
it's like a cup of tea.
It's
I'll listen to shit.
Yeah,
We've been going for 30 minutes, man. That's fluid. I like that.
it's pretty good. But you're asking about my job.
I was asking you about your job. Would you consider yourself a mixologist?
No, I've not been to like a course or whatnot.
No,
I
that's
don't.
true.
I
It's
wouldn't
like
consider myself anything, man. I
qualifications
wouldn't
and
want to
that.
label it. I wouldn't want to put a label on myself.
That's true. You're just a person. Not even
Just
that.
a human. No, I'm just consciousness, mate. I'm just consciousness.
Just atoms floating through space.
Just that. Well, that's the thing. So like, aren't we all though? We're just consciousness. We're just this open space of awareness, and everything else is the mind. All these thoughts and all these thoughts. We're articulating this. Speaking of articulate, not the game obviously, but see if we were to go back hundreds of thousands of years. Obviously, advanced civilization has maybe been traced back to like 5,000, they say, but the fact they've seen water erosion in the Sphinx dating back 15,000 years, which is a new discovery.
Interesting.
So Egyptians given about 15,000 years ago, but like hundreds of thousands of years, I'm not sure. Just like back to like Neanderthal times or whatnot, before language was invented, before we could articulate things, we would not have a train of thought. There wouldn't be like an inner dialogue. Therefore, we wouldn't suffer from things like anxiety and depression and whatnot, because that is all like part of your mind. That's your mind talking. If we go back to the time thing, that is what psychological time is. So there is no such thing as time. Time is a man-made construct and it's been invented. So we have clock time, which is like, I came here about 10:30 in the morning. That was like scheduled. That's how like society kind of like, that's how it stays efficient and can do things, because we run on clock time and we can say.
Back then you would just run off the sun though, surely.
Yeah, your body would be in a circadian rhythm, so you'd go to sleep with the sun, set.
I can write that then, use that in a different sense.
Well, you can, it's like circadian rhythm, that's just the sunset and sunrise and stuff like that, and it's like most of nature is like goes into that, and with the seasons and such. But yeah, so psychological time, that is where people start to feel like anxiety and depression. Anxiety because you're thinking, oh, I don't have enough time to do this. Say you've got like some deadlines coming up and you've not studied, or you've not done your report, or I've got a report for English to do, I've not done it yet, deadline's next week, so I'm like, oh no, I'm running out of time. But that's just in my head, because time's not real. The only thing that's real is the present moment right now.
That's true.
That's very
I like
true.
that. Do you think people are going to resonate with this when they hear it?
I mean, hopefully, like,
And then they're going to be like, who the fuck is this guy?
who the fuck is this guy?
Does he have a book or anything? Does he have any materials I can buy?
I'd like to publish something, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking.
Do
Like,
it.
Abby's like a very creative person, so like she's going to do all that shit, but I'm going to need to find something to do. If we're like travelling the world and living in the jungle and such, like I can't just sit and play Siege, can I?
Well, Abby's never got a fucking 5k, bro. So
A what?
A 5k on Siege.
Oh, a 5k, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a new clip. I was solo queuing, right? And I didn't even realise, like, I shot someone through a wall, didn't realise I downed them because they took that notification out. And then when someone else killed someone, it came up killed, so I actually got a 5k. It was a clutch, and it was a no scope hip fire headshot for the final kill.
Like that.
That's pretty nice, man.
Yeah.
So you can you'll see that in my channel,
Yeah.
YouTube channel, Saul Goodfam, SAUL space GOODFAM.
Listen, I'll put a link in the YouTube.
In the description.
I'll put his home address, his email address. If you want to find this guy, I'll show you.
Saul Goodfam. That's what I go by. Would you ever change your name? Actually.
Nah, I quite like it. It's different.
Jacob's a nice name.
Gun was like
Garnet, so
Nordic. It's good. I like it.
Nordic.
Yeah, something Viking-ish.
Scandinavian.
Yeah, that's where my people are from originally.
Yeah, my cousin is. Well, my cousins Matthew and originally Joanna. Their surname is Henriksen. Joanna's quite forward-thinking, woke. Not in a derogatory term like the right one here, is just like a normal human being as they should be.
Yes.
Don't use the term woke, that's just like a compassionate person is what I'll say. She is going to change her name to Solvig to go back to like kind of Scandinavian roots and stuff like that. I was like, hell yeah, man.
Martin Solveig, the one that does. What's it?
I don't know people. Like if it's a name,
there.
if a name of a person or something, no, I don't care enough. Actually, like celebrities and stuff, I don't know.
The song Hello and the music video is like all the tennis players and shit, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, Solveig Henriksen.
It's pretty cool, man. So obviously she's not 18, she can't legally change her name, but all her friends and stuff call her it already, so it's pretty good, man. Forward thinking and such. So would I change my name?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Is it not a pure long drawn out process to change your name that takes like fucking years? Like to get it approved?
Probably just go to the city chambers and like call me Squid. That'd be it. Like, what would I want to be called? Like fucking Saul. Saul Goodfam's a pretty good name, but like I don't like Saul as a name. Someone's thing, mate. But I suppose a name is just a label that someone's made up and attributed to yourself. So it's just yourself. You're conditioned to respond to it, isn't it? So,
yeah, changing your name's like a lot of admin work as well.
yeah. So
Yeah,
any like
IDs,
new person you could meet, you could just say, "Oh, this is my name," and then they'll call you that. Just like as such as like my family call me Nathan, my dad calls me Nate, my friends call me Croft. So it's like it's so many different labels that I need to fucking remember and then respond to. So that's a bit shit.
I've hardly looked into this camera at all. I'm going to need to work on that, but hey, we're learning the ropes.
I've been looking at you because I've been sowing the ropes in this conversation.
That's true.
It's been lovely. But it
That's
is
been good.
because there's no structure and it's just kind of free flowing.
It's the best way to do it.
We've went back and forth so many times.
Yes.
It's kind of insane.
It's good.
I don't know, that's good. I like it. So we could talk about so many different things.
We could.
Talk about my need for the toilet.
You could go. You're free to do that.
Like right here.
You can do whatever you want.
Nah, I don't know, man. I like the conversation about travel. What do you want to do? What do you want to see?
I want to get the fuck out of here. I woke up one day 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I might just pack the car and drive to Italy, man. Because like I'm not doing it now, so I was like, I just withdraw my savings and just
fucking do it.
get
Honestly, because money,
Yeah.
obviously, money's another thing that doesn't exist. Man,
Exactly.
and all that shit comes and goes. You don't actually need it. Like, you're comfortable at the moment. You're like, just
Yeah.
like, this is luxury. That's the way to think about it. You've got a
Yeah.
fucking hut in the back of your garden where you can come and spend time. Like, a lot
That's
of people
true.
don't have that. Like, there's 8,000 children every day that starve to death.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
No,
Do you know there's 800 million people who are malnourished? Yeah, because of like capitalism and like farming and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like land animals.
Like we'll
and
have
all
enough food to feed everyone as well. It's fucking mental.
So there's 76, or like this is a number. There's 76 billion land animals that we feed and have like healthcare for to then feed like other humans. So we have enough like food and water. Like, so like humans, we should have like 2 litres a day of water.
Mm.
Kind of advised. You should probably have more to be honest. If you don't have 2 more, your red blood cells will burst. That's a myth, by the way. So like a cow drinks 150 litres of water a day.
A day.
A day.
Fuck.
Well, that's what they need to. I don't don't know how they got this information.
That's
This
what
is
the
the
PT
least
style.
Yeah,
Right.
but then that's like a cow and whatnot, and it's just like the animals that we eat are like fucking terrifying. They're monsters. They're not natural whatsoever. Like a chicken is like, I'm not sure how many weeks it grows or like how many weeks it takes until slaughter, but they slaughter a chicken before it can walk. Obviously, if it's not free range and organic and stuff like that, it's just like kind of farmed like that. And it's pretty mental. And like a pig at its peak will grow like at least a kilo a day, and it needs like 19 kilograms of feed a day. But yeah, there's 800 million people in the world malnourished and 8,000 children starving to death. And it's just because of like capitalism and stuff like that, because like someone can buy that food instead of giving it away.
See, when you said that thing about chickens, I thought about. Do you ever remember that Twitter video that went about, and it was that big fuck off massive chicken? Nah. It was honestly like 6 foot
Oh,
tall.
the
It was
massive one, it was running
massive
around as like a pure
chicken. It
black
looked
one
like
that had
a
big
guy
legs.
dressed up as a
Yeah,
chicken.
it was wild, absolutely
Fucking
wild.
man.
Probably like a rooster or something, but it was.
Well, anyway.
But yeah,
We
I mean,
don't
I think
know.
how much feed that had eaten and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
That's what we need to be doing to the chickens.
Making them fucking
Don't
dead.
kill them before they can walk. Just.
I don't think I'd have chickens. I want a duck. A duck produces like 150 eggs a year or something, so that's like 1 every 2 days.
They're pretty minging though. They just have like one hole for everything.
So
They're all things that like.
yeah.
Minging.
Some things don't even have holes. Do you know that praying mantises, praying manti, have 2 penises? One penis goes in and scrapes out the last male sperm, and then the other penis ejaculates sperm into the female praying mantis.
Yep. Do they not like rip each other's heads off or
The
something?
female then eats the male, yeah.
Fucking nice.
It's pretty wild, man.
See, I
So
don't-
I guess, like, I don't know why though. I guess like extra protein or something for the eggs and such. Like,
Just
it doesn't make much sense, but fuck it, man. It's like,
we all get rowdy in different ways, buddy.
yeah. Well, that's what's going to start happening to us, isn't it? It's like there's more females now than males in the world. Like, if technically we're a minority, but not that.
Not really, because we're still running shit, bro.
Still
still
fucking
in
glass
shit.
ceiling, bro. That we'll never be able to smash through
Yeah.
that. That is insane, just how comfortable and easy like our life is. Like, when have you ever actually faced true hardship?
I'm trying to think.
I can personally say never. I've never really applied myself much to experience such hardship, and not really experienced any consequence of anything either. So it's pretty insane, man.
Nah,
To think that there's people that just live constantly in fear.
it's weird that like if you think about it on a global scale, we're probably in like the top 2% of the population or something.
Well,
we're not super rich or anything, but how much do they account for?
apparently, if your like net wealth is over £6,000,
Nice.
you're in the top 50% of the world.
So even if you have like a motor, a car that you could sell for like
You're in the top
6%.
0.5% of the world
Jesus.
in terms of wealth. And I think it's just like if you have over, I can't remember the actual figures, like 30 odd thousand or something like that, like you're then in like the top quarter or whatnot. And then if you have £700,000, like it equates like a $1 million US or something, then that statistically you're in the top 1%. But then there's like the 1% of that 1% that have the billions and stuff like that. It was like absolutely insane. There's like a new millionaire made every like third day or something in the COVID pandemic and shit like that. Yeah, we're supposed to blame like fucking homeless people or something, or like immigrants and stuff like that coming in to steal their jobs, because obviously that's what the rich people want you to do. They'd rather you fight amongst yourselves rather than actually targeting the people that are in control of it all and deserve to die in
It was
an
like-
armed revolution.
it was like all the fannies at the start of COVID when they fucking boycotted like Chinese restaurants.
Oh, I
Holy
hate
shit.
positive, man. It's
I
absolutely
hated
wild.
that, man. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
It makes,
Like,
it makes
mate.
no sense.
Yeah, it's not even their fault. It's like that Wuhan lab was set up with the US, I'm pretty sure, like funded by the US.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
But like, even then, what does the Chinese populace or anyone from there have to do with it? It's mental.
And because it's not even just like because of just the manner of what happened, it's not even just Chinese people, it's just Asian hate. Like every
Yeah,
single
right.
person that looks any like West or Eastern European like Eastern European, what the fuck am I talking about? Heavy East Asia. Just got fucking like battered and stuff like that. In America, there's so many stories of like
Nuts.
like shops getting bricks thrown through the window, even like Molotovs, and just like, everyone being battered. Like those like wee old women, like a don't know, like a grandmother or something, that was just like beaten up and accosted in the street by these people, by these like fucking rednecks or something like that. I don't understand it, man.
Makes you think, man, we won the lottery.
Yeah, it certainly did, and it's that lottery that you have no control over.
Yeah.
It's just so you just need to do your best to kind of be compassionate and be nice to others.
Not happy.
Yeah, just because that's the thing. If you're so closed-minded, then you alienate yourself from so many people. Like, say me and you, this was our first ever meeting, and you said something, and which you said something that was a consequence of like social policy, because like you've been conditioned to think a certain way in your upbringing. You've said something to me, and I've not liked it, or I have liked it. So and then that relationship can go either way.
An example, I'm like, buddy, where's your shoes?
Yeah, exactly.
You should be wearing shoes.
And that's well, personally, I don't agree.
And I'm like, nah, mate. Get your shoes on. What the fuck?
Exactly, man. Exactly. And that's because you're like you're just reacting to something straight away, and that's it. And that's just alienating. I'm no longer want to be your friend because you're a shoe wearer. There we go. I'm going to take that stance. Excuse me, sir. Take them shoes off.
And then it's just going to be that endless friction between us. Exactly.
It's horrid. And that's what it's like in all cases. And it's like the gravity of the situation is pretty insane. But who are we to do anything? That's why you can't change the world, but you can change yourself.
That's true.
So that's what I plan on doing.
And if everyone changes themselves, then we can change the world.
Exactly, man. It only takes one. It's
Right.
just domino effect, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Before we all like drown or burn in a horrible fire.
Did you see that map of the UK that's going to be like it's a prediction of what's going to be underwater and shit? And it's like
Paisley in like 15 years,
Yeah.
totally gone.
nuts.
Which is like,
Yeah.
Fair
Fuck it.
fuck it, I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, I don't want to be in Paisley for the rest of my life. Like, no slander towards like our parents or whatnot, but I just couldn't see myself. Like, fair enough, they grew up at a different time. They weren't aware to anything because they were like fucking taught all this stuff by the media. Like they read newspapers and watched TV and stuff like that, and that's how they formulated opinions, which is just wild. But they just stayed in Paisley like their whole life.
Yeah.
And it's just like how can one do that? Like the prospect of like me doing the same thing for like 40 odd years is insane.
Scares the shit out of me.
Mentally, so you get a career and then you work for like 45 years. By the time we are probably at retirement age will be like way up at like 70 odd, because life expectancy will go up. And then what you're meant to do for the last 10 years, like where's all this money that you've fucking got in your bank? Depreciates in value each year with inflation anyway, so it's like totally pointless. But you have all this money, and then what you're going to do, have like 5 years of like travelling where you can barely walk, and then you get put in a retirement home and stuff like that. Nah, I'm not planning my life until like for when I'm 75. I'm planning my life like right now in the next week. But you don't need certainties. I think that's one of the most beautiful things, like uncertainty. If you just packed up your car, went to Italy, you'd have the best time ever, because you wouldn't know. Like tomorrow's not certain. What you want to do, you don't have any like deadlines. You're not thinking, oh, got fucking work, or I've got uni, or I've got anything. You're just like, what lake do I want to travel to? What fucking forest I want to camp in and stuff like that. It's just obviously you need the knowledge of like how to survive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if you're actually like, stranded and such. But other than that, man, it's a pretty easy life.
I suppose that's part of the reason behind doing this. Like, I have total control over this fucking thing. Like, I don't have anyone telling me what to do. I can just do this whenever I want. I could do it 5 days a week if I wanted, but like
2 podcasts each day.
Yeah,
5 days a week.
And then just edit them. But like, I don't need to go somewhere and work for someone to do it. So if I end up making like a comfortable wage every month off of this, then that's fine. And I could do that, and then I could go and do other shit like travelling and all that.
Exactly.
I'd rather do that, and I wouldn't have to take holidays after this because I would
that
just do what I want.
Working in my work is like it's like owned by one person, and he is a lovely guy to be fair. We've got a good relationship. I like him a lot. And I don't feel too bad about working, because if you're working for like a big company and stuff, you get so many like people above you and whatnot, and you're just making other people rich. Like that's what I'm doing. Like I'm making this man rich.
Yeah.
Like it's with getting paid like practically minimum wage for my age and stuff like that for doing like a job which I would get paid more elsewhere, just because like it's so easy and it's so close. That is the thing, I'm making someone else rich, and it's just like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Demotivate.
Being self-employed is definitely the best way to do it. Because obviously what Abby does, like makeup just from the flat and stuff like that, is so easy. She's obviously in control, so it's not as secure. Certainly, it's like you get some rough days and stuff like that if you don't have thingy. But those risks come with everything. Like I could get laid off at work unexpectedly. Like you close down, like you run out of money just because of COVID and pandemic and such. Very surprised that we're still open, but I mean, last night was really busy. Today is like full booked as well, so I'll have a fun afternoon and evening. But as you say, mate, just fucking go. That's what you want to do. Pack up and just leave. Don't look back.
I'm going to set a date, I think, and just boost, take the stunks out and just
Put your affairs in order and then that's it. That's the thing. You can always come back.
The channel.
You can always come back.
Aye.
That's what we're doing. Like, pardon me, because we own the flat, what we end up doing is probably just renting it out. Whether it's a friend or my brother expressing interest or anything really, anyone, as long as the mortgage is getting paid off, because therefore we won't have any bills. As long as the mortgage is getting paid off, then that's fine, because when we come to sell at a later date we'll get more money. So even if the rent isn't, we're not charging that much more than the mortgage, it still works out.
You're beginning to sound like one of them, mate.
A landlord, mate, fucking disgusting, man, disgusting, innit? But like obviously, if I did it with I'd want to go through my friends and stuff like that, because I'd be like, it'd be like market value and then discount because you're like my friends and stuff like that, and hopefully if you're just able to like pay me, I wouldn't then pay landlord tax because that's a big cut and I don't want to do that. I mean, only just to get fucking, I wasn't paying my council tax in it, I got my letter through to do it.
Oh, did you?
Brutal. Because it's just like, why are you paying for all this? Like TV license, stuff like that. No, do not either. I don't have Skybox or anything. Just use Netflix and that, but it's just like you pay for so much stuff. Like all your income. Because obviously I've got so many bills and stuff like that. At least half of my income is just frittered away on nothing. It's literally for a roof over my head and like food in my belly. Like that's something that should be like a right to you, a right for every human being. It's just obscene, and obviously inflation is making everything more and more expensive. Like I was outraged at my cat litter. It's went up to £6.50 now. So obviously I need to buy the most expensive one because it's the least smelling. Like cat pee does stink, which is unfortunate, but it comes with having cute little fluffy things in it. You just need to deal with it. But you buy that and it's went from £5.50 up to £6.50, and like that is just obscene because you need to buy that like weekly, bi-weekly type thing, and it is just everything's going up and up, and it's just like everything but wages.
Yes.
Hopefully house prices keeps going up and rent keeps going up though, so I can make a quick buck. But other than that, like obviously we've got things in place, we may as well take advantage of it all. But it's disgusting, deplorable.
Petrol's pretty mental now as well.
Which is 144.9 or something like that.
And it should be like
obviously I haven't tried.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, I do drive, but with coppers to
License.
Which is, that's a big scam as well, man. Like the police just like, the reason it's 30 miles an hour, so because 30 miles an hour is way too slow. It's not a dangerous speed either. So you want to go 35, 40 and then people will pull you over and then fine you, and those fines, that's how the police is like correctly funded, isn't it?
Like it was 30 miles an hour was the limit in like the 70s or some shit when the cars were shite, and it's no went up since when braking distances are like
I know, they say that, it's like you're doing your theory test or something and they ask you what your braking distance is, and like you watch any car video or anything, just like as you stop almost instantly from like most speeds, and like obviously like V500's not very quick, you shouldn't be going fast in it either because it's not like got the right suspension and steering and whatnot. Like, you'll probably cause damage if you go quick in that, but like most cars nowadays, like a lot of the crossovers and that, like bigger cars, they can handle bigger speeds, bigger turns and all that, but still 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's still some amount of fannies out there though.
No, definitely. Me included.
Aye, exactly.
That's what it is. I just like, it's like over half at least definitely of like in your first year after passing your test, more than half, maybe even up to 80% will be involved in like a crash or like something to do with insurance after claim. Which is true for me as well. I fucking T-boned a van in my first year of driving. Yeah, coming out, I was driving down Love Street and a van just pulled out and did like a, I don't know, perpendicular road. And I was like driving down oh, there's a van in front of me, skadoosh, right off. Company car and that was a big Citroen Cactus, man, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And the Apple AirPlay and stuff like that, so fucking vibe.
Nice. I've never crashed because I'm not driving.
That's true. Well experienced that, yeah, I want this joking thing.
Nah, see, everyone thinks I'm terrible at driving, but I've never crashed, so.
And I had quite a high number of your friends that crashed as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, power to you, man.
Thanks,
Don't
man.
fucking listen to anyone.
Yeah,
You do you.
bunch of idiots.
Bunch of absolute morons.
We're at 50. 3 minutes, man. We've done well. Time we
That's very impressive. 10 past 12 when you
Good
can
stuff.
meet the kids with the ball
I
game.
don't know. Phone's over there.
Oh,
I was going to say 1 or something, but that's when I'm probably near leave. I don't know what Jack Gilmore's doing. Okay, we can wrap this up. Wrap this baby up.
That's absolutely fine. Like,
Um,
how'd you end it?
I don't know. How do you want to do it?
Well, we have to
Because we'll need to cut into it now because I've said that shit. So we can think about it now.
Well, that was good.
No, maybe we shouldn't think about it.
No, I don't think we should cut either. It's just like
Yeah,
talk
that's true.
talk.
That's true.
My shadow thing was good.
Yeah.
No, very weird.
Because if we do cut, then that indicates that we're making effort. And why are we making effort? Who's
You
making
should
effort
just
for?
release it in the purest form. Like that's
Exactly.
it. And it's like you get haters regardless.
Yeah, we did say that stuff about the Queen though. Can I leave that in?
I mean, I mentioned the Pope, so it's like double-sided.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's alright. Like if you offend, like it's better to offend everyone than just one person.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's
And like, who's going to even watch it anyway?
no, I think that's the whole gathering. I think we'll be faces of the community one day. As and rightly so as well. I feel as if the conversation we've had today has been quite.
It's been quite good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It's man, it's like explored some different areas and it'll hopefully enlightened a lot of people to
Mhm.
the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll still make up their own ideas. Whatever.
Well, some people like to be told what to think though.
Yeah, that's a
And
problem.
maybe you're that guy for them.
Well, I'll tell you what I think right now.
You piss.
The other one.
Ah,
That bowl of cinnamon grahams, man. They're now called Curiously Cinnamon. Used to be called cinnamon grahams, so that's like I'm stuck in my ways. As Meek Mill would say. But yeah, very tasty. See you. Not
Okay.
healthy though. Not healthy at all. I'd much rather like a pea protein smoothie or overnight oats.
You fucking vegan.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not vegetarian yet. I mean, veganism is it's not natural either. It's like it's made for the city. Like the easiest place to be a vegan is the city because of all the
Yeah,
stuff.
all the
It's not really.
Substitutes and shit.
Yeah, it's not really like being a vegetarian, of course, is good. But I think like animal products have been like a way of life for so long. As long as you're not like hurting the animal and stuff, so eggs, like you can
Yeah.
have eggs and stuff like that. I wouldn't have milk as well because like a cow has 4 stomachs and it's supposed to make milk for calves and stuff. When the calves grow at such an exponential rate, humans really shouldn't have it. Because we don't have like. Don't know if we can break it down properly and stuff like that. And it's not even got a lot of calcium in it. It's like mental shit. Goat's milk, however, is pasteurised already. So you can drink goat's milk straight from the teat.
I like that. Yeah, like oat milk isn't even that bad, or like
Oat
coconut
milk
milk.
is water, and coconut milk is water as well.
Yeah, but it tastes alright.
Tastes alright, yeah. I like oat
And
milk.
it's like milky.
Okay, sure, certainly. With oats, you just get a bag of oats, like a cheesecloth, like a kind of semi-permeable
Pour
cloth. Yeah, and then just pour water through it and strain it. Then you go, you get oat milk. Coconut milk similar. So obviously I only think that, pardon me, the coconut milk, proper coconut milk is like shredded coconut as well to make it white and taste better. I'm not sure, but like you just get coconut water if you just crack open a coconut, I'm pretty sure.
That's true. Coconut milk.
Almond milk.
What's the one that kills all the orangutans or something?
Palm oil.
No, but there's like a milk substitute that
Kills orangutans.
fucks up some sort of monkey, I'm sure.
I'm not sure. Well, we're the monkey. So probably.
Yeah, orangutans like a.
I really like orangutans.
Yeah.
They're incredibly intelligent and they can learn sign language to communicate.
Well, I don't know any sign language, so how does that help me? What does that mean?
Apparently means fuck off.
Nice.
That was like 8 years old or something.
Nice, who taught you? deaf person.
A deaf person?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that moved pretty slowly then. That was lying.
Did it?
Not sure.
Better not be lagging, because then we'll have a problem. I struggled to get a 9-minute video to not lag, so I wonder what it's going to be like with a 59-minute video.
Yeah, shouldn't airdrop this one.
Well,
maybe
yeah, it'll
if
take
you leave
about
that
like
overnight,
3 days or
it'll
something.
work. If you're able to like select the format, would you email it to yourself? Try and download it that way.
I'll try that next. I have a USB, but
There's also
something
like
fucked up
drop
with
files.
USB.
You can maybe use your Google Drive
Dropbox or
or
something.
Dropbox.
Yes,
Maybe that'll
yes,
work.
yes.
Yeah.
I can do all these things.
Keep it zipped.
Alright.
Zip it.
Alright, I can do that. Right, we should leave it there. Thank you for listening to episode 2. Thank you, Nathan Crawford, for coming along.
You're welcome, man.
You can find him on his YouTube.
All my affiliate links will be down below.
Yeah, that's true. You don't need to say a fucking word. Yeah, alright. Great. Thank you.
Obrigado.
What does that mean? Bye.
Thank you in Portuguese.
Nice. Arigato means something in
Hello
Japanese.
in Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, is it arigato?
No,
I don't know if it's hello. That's konnichiwa. Kawaii means cute.
And we'll leave it there.
Konnichiwa. Well, man. That was
That's
fascinating.
it.
That
That
hour
was
went
lovely.
very fast, to be fair.
Couldn't have had anyone else as the first guest. That was.
I know, I was divulging quite a lot of information there. There's
Yes.
a lot to go. I do need a big shit though. So
I
that's
say
the
go for shit.
first thing I must do.
Do-do-do-do.